Welcome back to Out of the Rough. I'm with Ryan Metro. Ryan Metro is with Cloud49. He is Director of Business Development, and it's a cloud computing services. And I want to talk to you about cloud computing services because we hear so much about the cloud.
Sure.
And what is the cloud when it comes to computers?
A lot of what we do is educating our clients about what the cloud really is. There's a lot of misconceptions out there, and there's a lot of people that are doing the cloud because it's a buzzword. Many of them are doing it poorly, quite frankly, and I think it's helpful to get a little short education. The best way I can describe it, the most succinct way I can describe it, is to say that cloud computing resources, or any computer resources, or data storage that does not exist within the four walls of your business.
So we've seen that for years. There's a lot of companies that you can back up your system. They're advertised all the time where
Absolutely.
At midnight the system is backed up.
Sure.
For your computer, your local computer.
Sure, absolutely. And many of those solutions are really fantastic, offered by fantastic companies. Most of them, though, are good for the consumer. Businesses, especially enterprise-level businesses, have certain requirements that need to be fitted with. They need to be tailored for, and that's really what we do. We take the very best solutions that fit businesses, and we bring them to bear on the business. You know, if what is cloud computing is still the question, I think it's easiest to kind of hearken it to the turn of the century when we had factories that were operating in electricity had to create their own electricity.
At the factory.
At the factory. So maybe they had a generator and a team of electricians, and they'd create their own electricity. Now, what's unique about it, and what's the challenge about it, is that let's say you make Christmas trees or Christmas tree lights, and 90% of what you do is going to be in October. Right?
And you're good at it.
And you're good at it, but that's you make the lights, and you make most of them in October. Well, your generator has to be able to feed your factory at its peak time. So for the rest of the year, now you own a generator that can run this huge capacity. You own it all year long, and you're paying for it all year long, and you don't need it. So, you know, a year later or whatever, AC current's developed, and Edison knocks on the door and says, you know what, you don't need that generator anymore. You plug into the grid, and you can buy only what you need.
Only what you need.
And you can pay for only what you need.
Right.
And you can scale it up immediately and turn it off immediately. It's a utility-based power consumption. Well, you know, it took a little while for companies to say, I'm comfortable giving up my giant generators that I own. But after a while, the first Christmas light company that did it was able to create their Christmas lights at a fraction of the cost that they used to. And every other company, in order to remain competitive, had to do so because it just made so much business sense.
Well, not only that, you mentioned something that I think is really important, and that is if you're really good at making Christmas trees or you're really good at providing whatever service that is, that's what you're good at. You're not good at this other service. Entrepreneurs think they're good at everything.
Right.
I'm an entrepreneur. I get sometimes I think, oh, we'll just do that in-house.
Right.
Sometimes it's a lot better to have an expert that knows how to do it.
You know, if you look around the landscape of business right now, I mean, IT is just this ubiquitous thing. You're not unique because you have an IT department. You're alive because you have an IT department.
Right.
And every company right now has their own. And the truth of the matter is, you're paying for probably more than you need. And if not, you're probably dealing with a lot of failures and problems with what you have.
And time is money.
Time is money. So if you're doing loans, you would really do much better for your business if you are doing loans rather than messing around with your data backup or trying to make your computers work correctly or dealing with your IT guy.
Right. Right now you do three primary services. One is computer infrastructure.
Right. Infrastructure as a service. And that's basically servers. Right now, this office here, it has a room and it's got a lot of servers in it, and all of the computers that are here talk to those servers. We can take those servers away from you, and you never have to pay for them again as far as a capital expense is concerned. They exist outside of the building, and you can spin up more if you need them, or shut them down and only pay for what you use, just like paying for electricity.
And then, of course, we talked about cloud, and then the data bank, having the data backup.
Right. Well, we have three basic kind of products. We have the infrastructure, like we say, the servers. And then we have disaster recovery.
Okay, disaster recovery.
Disaster recovery, and what that means is right now, if there were an earthquake, all of these servers that are here, they'd probably crash. Or if there was a fire, they'd probably burn. What you need to do is get back up and running. Now, certain businesses, they really, really need to be running quickly. And so they have disaster recovery solutions. Now, the physical way to handle that is to create a new data center somewhere else and connect it. That's obviously extremely expensive. You have to rebuy all that same equipment. You have to give it real estate, give it power, give it cooling, and then give it labor hours to maintain it, so that if something bad happens, you can shift over to it. That's disaster recovery. We can do that same thing in the cloud for a fraction of the cost.
Now, there's two things when you talk about disaster recovery that you have to concern yourself: recovery time and recovery point.
That's correct. Recovery time is how quickly do you need to be running again, and recovery point is how much data can you lose. So the question is, how important really is your data? And that brings us to our third solution, which is data backup. What we know is that data is important to every single company. The University of Texas says that over 90% of companies that have catastrophic data failure and data loss end up closing their doors forever.
Oh,
every company
going out of business
needs their data, and every company needs a data backup solution.
Yeah.
And we provide one that is absolutely fantastic. It's set and forget, and it's one of the things we're incredibly excited about because we think it can speak to the needs of almost every company.
We're going to jump to a quick break, but when we come back, I want to go deeper into that data backup.
Absolutely.
And we're going to talk about some stories of people that have had challenges with data backup and they thought they had the solution. We'll be right back.